And now we are live.
Yep.
So that was crap. And basically what it is StreamYard stores 50 hours of video.
Which you've already burned through.
Yeah, well, so it's not YouTube storing it, it's StreamYard. So that I can go in and manipulate it on StreamYard. So I can take clips and do whatever I wanted to on StreamYard. Not that you couldn't do it from YouTube. So apparently I have to go in there every so often and delete all the videos so that we can make new ones, which is not very friendly. Guy didn't offer me a chance to go in through there. I had to open up a separate segment and then figure it out from there. So yeah. Bought new brushes, smaller brushes, so I'm not clunking up against everything, and I have a little bit of room.
Might want to
actually still wider than this one.
Readjust your camera or your screen.
My screen? Oh, you mean enlarge it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in just a second.
Right. I mean, I am gorgeous. I do bring the looks, but.
So anyway, yep. I bought a smaller one, smaller flat, but it's not as thin as this flat, but it's a hell of a lot smaller handle-wise. So I'm not clunking this. And the smaller round, because I'm always like, I need to get a smaller brush for this or that. So, yeah, this should do. So, first things first, I'm going to take some orange. Okay, the colors. Quinacridone magenta. This is Pyrrole red instead of the cadmium red that I used, medium, for the blood the first time. I'm going to use this for the blood on the axe because it's more transparent. And then I can tweak it as need be. Cadmium orange, titanium white, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, and bone black. So, taking a little bit of water, because what I want to do is make a glaze. And I'm going to glaze her with some orange. Just to tone the brown a little bit, to make it feel more like a natural suntan. Because the brown feels a little bit stiff. I know it's not as brown on the camera as it is on the panel, but and I'm not going to be using this on the whites. Because I'm either going to be using a gold mix or light blue. Guess we'll put a little bit of music on, because everybody loves my music. Joe's not here, you know, he knows all the words.
He helped write them.
I'm sure. We'd like you to believe that. Yeah, I think that will do for now. Let's see how that looks when it dries, because it always dries darker. Actually, you can probably see that in the serpent's eye. It's a little bit darker than what it was when I laid it there in the first place. But I'm going to do another coat of that today, too. I think that's a little bit wet. A little bit too wet. I can't even hear the music. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Let's try pushing play again.
I think we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, for some reason. Oh, that's a little bit thicker than I wanted it. Wow. So I want to make these eyes look a little bit milky, a little bit. Well, because they're dead. That's the short version. But milky in a gray sort of way.
Yeah.
So when that dries, it should also dry darker. Okay, so one thing we didn't talk about that I'm going to do, always keep it fresh, right?
Okay.
Is I'm going to put I bought this for a reason, I guess. I'm going to put a little bit of a reflective tone. Well, that's what I'm missing. Burnt umber. Golden opens, if anyone's wondering by now. So I'm going to put a little bit of a reflected color, which means the orange and the brown, and make a mixture of it, which I've done before. It just doesn't necessarily look like a mixture of it. Sometimes it'll look like a completely different color, but we want that to reflect in the sword blade. Because it's right next to her skin. All that, so I can let it dry for a minute and do it again. Do this just a little bit. A little thicker. And I need some paper towel. Fortunately, I keep a roll underneath my desk. Oh, that's another thing I didn't bring up. Green gold.
Ooh.
That is both my serpent color, well, the main color of my serpent color, and her wardrobe color. But her wardrobe is less passes because I don't want it as dense. So, how's the writing going, Brett?
Well, funny story.
Hey,
You know how
right?
I told you that I like to use write or die, and then I'll copy and paste that into Grammarly because it'll switch all my straight quotes into smart quotes, and then from there I just copy and paste it into a Google Doc.
Doesn't it also delete the stuff if you don't work fast enough?
Well, that's what write or die will do. But anyway, so on Sunday, I'm setting up my file to upload onto Slack, right? And there are notes in my working document that I don't need to download and send to you guys because some of the notes may or may not even matter anymore.
Right, they may stay.
Yeah, or they could be spoilers. I mean, there's the ending of the story is pretty well outlined in my notes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then, well, yeah. Or if I have ideas for revision things that I don't necessarily want to worry about on this draft, I'll put them in the notes, things like that. So, in between deleting that stuff and putting the stuff in the last part that I worked on, somewhere along the way, there was like another page that you guys didn't even get. And there, in the notes, I had said something like I had gone back through and I had revised the section and included some attacks, and because they're going to be mentioned. Well, they were mentioned in the stuff that you guys never got. So I was like, oh, nobody questioned me about not mentioning these things, so I guess that's good.
Well, that's probably because we didn't know if they were revision.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, and it's just part of the process. But
we worked with you enough to know that you are going to revise at some point in time. So
yeah, and there are other parts. Just I should be done. I think before I say that, knock on wood, I should be done by Sunday, at least with a draft. So it's just, I thought I was already done with the scene, then I realized, nope, I have to go back. Just different things. But
showing your enthusiasm again.
Well, I guess, I mean, honestly, like, I've been, like, yesterday I was working pretty good on it. Today I've been working on it. After I got home from our little car mishap, that's pretty much what I've done ever since, up until streaming. So I'm getting some good seat time in. Getting things fixed. Barreling towards that ending, so.
Yeah, that's where you should be headed the whole time, right?
Yep.
But I was being facetious about the enthusiasm for the show when you're yawning. I know we're both tired and beat and all that stuff, but we're not supposed to show it. At least that's the way I understand it.
Oh, I don't know if I'll be home on Thursday.
Me either.
Okay. Just letting you know that in advance. As I just now thought about that.
Yeah.
That's the day we're taking the boys and I think their girlfriends down to Indy for the museum. And I have no idea when we'll be home. So it's a possibility that I won't be home that night. I mean, I'll be home eventually, but, you know.
Yeah, well, if you're home eventually in the night, then I'll probably be streaming. Probably. Because Eli's convinced I should stream on time every night. You know. He's the one he's like driving force here. Thinking she needs more orange. I gotta take this green out of the brush first. That should be good.
Rich, I'll be right back.
I'll be right here. So now I'm gonna do some pure red in the same manner.
And I'm back.
Good thing.
Have you ever heard of a weapon called a slung shot?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I learned about this recently.
I might have.
It's basically a nautical weapon. It's an improvised weapon for the most part that use like rope and monkey's paw knots. And
Oh, it's like a bolo.
yeah, but I was like, really? They called it the slung shot? Like, I thought this has to be a joke, but it wasn't. I mean, it was just. I was looking up rope weapons because I was thinking.
Did they call it the slung shot or slung shot?
I think they called it a slung shot.
Huh.
Let's see.
Am I asking?
Yeah, a slung shot may be swung in a manner similar to that of a flail or a blackjack.
Okay. That's one I haven't heard of, but how old is it?
I'm gonna guess old because.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is like you say, it's a nautical weapon, but is it ancient Greek nautical? Is it ancient Roman nautical? Is it World of Sail nautical? Because
It says
I
a
haven't
slung
heard
shot is a maritime tool consisting of a weight or shot affixed to the end of a long cord, often by being wound into the center of a knot called a monkey's fist,
Right. So
and often from
I've
mooring
heard
line.
of grape shot and chain shot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what they're talking about as shot is like either a steel pellet or.
Yeah, I see it.
And that's why I asked, because there is a lot of different type of shot that you bind things together and stuff them in a can and then shoot it out.
Oh yeah, no, not like that. This is more like shot. I can shot put.
No, I get it. But that's from where the shot comes from, is the actual nautical shot. Like, it probably comes from a carronade, which is a smaller cannon. Basically like a deck gun.
I mean, basically, it's like putting soap at the end of a sock and swinging that around, or some rocks or something. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was a funny name. One of those things you stumble across as you're researching other stuff. So.
Yep.
Oh man. So, my wife wants to get a tattoo on Friday. And she's not exactly sure what she wants. All right. And so she sent a quote to me, which doesn't really light my fire. But she's like to justify it, she goes, it's a quote from a book. I'm like, yeah, it's from Lord of the Flies. I get it. She's like, I thought you would like it because it was a quote. So then I had to look up. I had to look up quotes from porn.
Porn.
Because amazingly enough, I didn't know any. So I had to look it up. So I could send her one and be like, well, it's a quote.
Did you pick the one that was like yellow in the front, brown in the back?
No.
What did I do? Yellow in the front, brown in the back. That's
if I spend some time, I can find it. But
that's I don't know if it's an actual porn or an adult, like soft porn thing that they used to do on Cinemax and HBO and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it was called The Search for the Perfect 10, and they had this bra that they were trying to fit the chick to.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy was like a private investigator, and he hadn't been out of his hotel in a week or whatever, and they're like, how do you do your laundry? And he's like, well, I just do yellow in the front, brown in the back.
Nice.
Pretty nasty, but as far as smart-ass quotes go.
Now this was dropping loads. I have no idea what movie that's from, but I was dying laughing as I'm sending it to her. I would get that as a T-shirt.
Or the mock-up of Plan 9 from Outer Space, Plan 69 from Outer Space. Oh, we have a problem. What's that? You're going down.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody had ever made the mistake of thinking those are actual pickup lines and that would work.
What do you mean they don't work?
Well, I guess I haven't tried them, but no need you now. Now that I've used the Pyrrole Red, I think I am going to do a touch of cadmium. To lighten the value, because that Pyrrole Red is slightly darker. So I'm going to use a touch of Anachrone Magenta to darken the edge that I want darker. And then a little bit of a cadmium red to heighten the value where I want it a little bit lighter. How's that read, Liddy?
Well, I don't know if it's bloody or if it's a reflection. Like, it could be both.
Well, it shouldn't be able to be both.
Well,
but
I mean, there's all that red in the wall, and then
yeah, except for that, actually next to the axe, it's not red. It's brown and quinacridone magenta, and then it's orange. So
Okay, well, on this screen, it looks
there's
amazing.
no actual true red there. Well, no, I asked you that for a reason, and you answering me that helps me because I don't know what it looks like from there. Yeah, it doesn't look the same from here as it does from there, but if it's enough to confuse from there.
I don't know. Well, whatever.
Well,
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if it's a reflection or if it's blood. I don't know if it's necessarily. I think ambiguous can be different than confusing. Like it makes sense either way. So I can see it being ambiguous. And if you want it to be more clear, okay, whatever. I don't know if that
a little bit, but what I'm gonna do right now is put the honed edge on. In a pink so that you can see the edge of the axe, and hopefully that'll help distinguish it a little bit. But
how small of a or how thin of a brush do you have?
it's a number 2.
The only reason why I ask is because I don't know how obvious you want to go. But if she's raising it over her head, there could be a little bit dribbling down.
Yeah, like, I don't want blood to be dripping down.
Well, I wasn't going to put it like dripping off the blade, but down the blade, if that makes sense. More like where the edge of your wrist is.
I didn't want to do too much with that. I mean, maybe I'll do some streaks across it a little bit.
That's kind of
I want it to more indicate where the blade is that actually contacted. But,
right.
That's valid. We'll do a little that anyway too. I don't want it to be predominant, so I'll do something that looks really obviously predominant. I wanted it to be a little more Frazetta-esque.
Yeah.
And Frazetta never did a whole lot of like drippy blood running all over the place. Did a couple of streaks here and there, and a little bit more in the water type of thing. But I think this gets it across right here.
Yeah, like I want to do a whole bunch. I mean, I just thought.
No, you don't have to go on explaining. I get what you're saying, and I took the advice because I like the idea. Cool. I want to keep it. I want to keep it more indicated than looking like it's really thickly bloody. And that's what Frazetta did often, is that he would, instead of making it look like it's all blood and The main person that really matters whether they like it or not is the person who's buying it.
Well, that's true. Although I think you should probably like it.
Well, I agree that I should like it, but the main person that needs to like it
That's
is
true.
the one who's buying it. Because it's one of those cases where I may not like something that they may like,
Right.
but you still have to kind of put in what they like, whether or not you do. Right, but the next part. See, it's funny in the reference picture, you can't even see her fingers. Like you can see her thumb, and you can see the shape of her fingers wrapping over there.
Yeah.
But I really can't see her fingers. Another thing that Frazetta often did was indicate them instead of actually put them in.
So tomorrow I have a play date with my son. We're going to watch Team America. He's never seen it.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Team America?
I do not think so.
God, it's got like.
Well, I know what it is. I just.
We sing that song all the one line from the song that we know all the time. Because it's like the greatest American song ever. Because America, fuck yeah, and I just makes me laugh and chuckle all the time. Or all the jokes about Kim Jong Il, and they're just, I'm inevitable. So I quote that thing, and the boys, they just have no reference, and one of them's like, "Well, watch it if you watch it." I'm like, all right, let's watch it. So,
yeah, there you go.
Tomorrow I got my big TV screen, and we're gonna sit there and we're gonna watch it. Of course, I say that, and I haven't actually looked to see where it is. I probably should look. Make sure I have access to it. Although I think I have it on Plex. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's on several things. Okay. Yesterday, my son had his girlfriend over, and I made a joke, like, because I had to go I had to drive him to go pick her up and bring her over. But I was like, this better not be like Disney Plus and acting sus. You know, just making him uncomfortable. I was like, I should have made a playlist of songs that would be incredibly bad to listen to with your father, but even worse with your boyfriend's father. So just songs like, oh, what's that one? I Touch Myself. Who sang that? The Divinals, yeah. Like, that'd be a good one on the list.
You know, that's not anything like what I would be listening to.
Well, it's not what I'd be listening to. I'm just saying it would be funny to play that in the car while taking my son and his girlfriend back to our house. Just to...
No, I get what you're saying. I just wouldn't know who sang it.
Oh.
Like I couldn't have told you who sang it because that's not my type of music.
Well, that's... as far as I know, they were a one-hit wonder, and that was it.
Okay.
I don't... I can remember that song coming on in the car, and my mom was driving. Just one... Oh, my God! Oh...
It still brings a chuckle to you.
Yeah. Oh.
That makes it arguably worth it right there, right?
Oh, I think so. But I don't think my son would have appreciated any of the songs that I had in mind. So,
But that's the whole purpose of you having those in mind, right?
Oh yeah.
That doesn't even read like that, does it?
What do you mean?
I just painted all the white spaces on her. And not with white. Well, I guess there's a white spot. That's what I didn't get. But I'm gonna do. Cadmium yellow dark. Because I'm going to mix a goldish tone up. Orange yellowish tone up. Good thing that paper plate was deep well. Apparently I hit pause.
Oopsie.
Huh?
I said oopsie.
Yeah.
So on my road adventure today with my son, there was this bar or liquor store. I'm not exactly sure, but it was called Gaze, which, my 15-year-old thought was hilarious.
Right?
But then we saw this smoke shop that was called the Butt Hut. And I'm just like, wherever we've found ourselves, it's beautiful and brave. Just, oh,
Well, we have a place in Mass called Bunghole Liquors.
yeah.
Yep, they sell T-shirts.
Well, there's a liquor store, I think in Muncie, called 69 Liquors, because it's close to 69 the road.
Right. Well, a bunghole is where you put a tap in the old.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but that's since been
Oh, I know.
kidnapped and redefined, been appropriated. And I'm sure both of the owners of both of those stores know that, and they monopolize on it. They monopolize on it. They monetize it.
Might as well.
And the first time we saw it, we were like, what? Then, it's like, yeah, okay.
Well, it's like there's a fudge shop called Uranus Fudge Shop. And
Said bunhole lookers and lost the audience.
uh-oh. Two
Well,
old men,
lost,
one bungle.
lost the ones that I could see anyway. As we've discovered, there's a lot of them that don't show up. Can't see them. When you're typing, like, what the hell is that?
It happens.
You typing or me wondering what the hell that is? Because
Yes, both. Oh. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because sometime last night I was sitting there and I'm working and I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. There's a plot hole. And I was like, okay. No one else saw the plot hole. But I thought,
Well, and that's another thing you got to remember too, is that unless we reread the whole thing.
well, I know. But anyway.
We're only getting week by week, so.
Right. So it's one of those things I've been working on. And it's still forward progression because it arose near the end of where you guys got. I just realized, I was like, oh, like the page that I told you I already had that I just never put on the document.
That's a plot hole.
Well, right before it, if something doesn't happen, it does seem rather odd that they would address the issue. So, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, I probably should take care of that problem. Those are always those things where I can outline as much as I want. There's always going to be some little hiccup. I'm like, oh, wait, hey, I need to make that work.
I'd get another liner brush. Did not realize I'd go through these quickly. Did not like that one. So let's try a different one. All right.
You know, I think the blood on the blade does look really good, by the way.
What?
The blood on the blade, like, it's not over the top. It's not super gross, or, you know, it's there, but it's not terribly in your face. I think it's great.
You said does look good, right?
Yes,
And it sounded like you said doesn't look good, and I was like, huh?
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I'm saying it's just not, like, it could have gone into, like, gore for gore's sake, and it's not there.
I just want enough of it to indicate blood, you know, and
yeah.
and that's the size she hacked into this thing with.
Well, I'm beginning to feel like Forrest Gump.
Beginning to feel like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, like, I drank one of these 16.9 fluid ounce bottles of Dr. Pepper right at the beginning of your show. Then when I left earlier, I was able to get another one, which I have now drank. So it's eventually I'm gonna have to pay.
Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, that's one. How's that servant looking for you?
I'm digging it.
It's quite a bit bloodier than I intended to, but I kind of like the blood in the water the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Kind of indicates some motion. Not much motion, just a drifting motion. It crosses the plains there. Ooh, I need to get a drink of not a sponsor.
Those things are good.
What the hell is that?
Is that your paint water on accident?
No. I might have
You ever done that?
drank my paint water.
Yeah.
No. No, there was something. I think there was a little piece of mask that peeled up that I missed. And that's to what I was referring when I said, what the hell is that? I think I need the blood to expand further. And then it's across the plane of the reflection going towards this mountain too. So, over here. I think this side's later, so it's a little bit easier to see. And that was your hammer-headed dude.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, it's hiding.
What?
Oh, I was looking for this brush, but that's not the one I grabbed. And I was like, And I was like, oh, that's why, because it's hiding.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Now what? I am not normally a professional toenail painter.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this picture, but on my Facebook feed, it's an ad for something, which is why I don't really want to click on it. One of those, like, lists of crap. It says Jimmy Fallon asked for awkward family photos, and the internet did not disappoint.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and this picture looks like me from like 1999, maybe a little bit earlier. Like it's creepy. Like I pulled my wife over just now. I was like, babe, I think this is a picture on the internet of me in bed with another woman because it
Mm.
really looks like me from back when I had hair.
Wait a minute, you had hair?
I know, weird. Yeah, just definitely weird. Also, I'd just like to point out how awesome my wife is. Because, when I say things like, babe, come here, it looks like a picture of me in bed with another woman, she's like, oh, cool. And she comes right over. uh,
Hmm. Well, I think I'm pretty close to the detailing stage.
that's fun.
Yeah, well, I gotta let this stuff dry. I've already detailed a lot of her, so it's just small, very fine details on her. On her hair, mostly. Yeah. I have to wait for it to dry to see what I need to touch again. Because things are going to darken up, and some things are still semi-transparent.
Yeah.
And I won't know what exactly is still semi-transparent until it dries. Some things I suspect are a little more semi-transparent than others. I should say it that way. But all of them will have a base coat right now. And we're getting right near the 2 hour mark, so don't think I want to focus in on too much while I'm waiting for stuff to dry. So looks like it's a good place to break for the night. So we've got the laces done, got the clothes done, as low as they be. I think pretty much the axe is done. The sword, actually. That's what I was going to do. Need to tap a little bit more orange. Ooh, that brown is already almost done. Yeah, now we got a little bit of reflection of her on the sword. That's what I wanted in the first place. Cool. Amazing how that works when you have a base coat and it's really, really thin, and you just put some thick stuff over it. And wipe it off. Yeah, I think we're down to refining. Yeah, I was gonna put a couple of stones in the bottom, but I think maybe if I do, it's just gonna be a couple of them to interrupt, and nothing as detailed as I was doing with the other one. But I think a little bit of stones in the foreground or something in the foreground will work well. I'll take it up with my patron. Okay. So, 4 minutes short of an hour, I guess I can try. I'm going to enlarge this for a minute, whole thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to shut off my banner for a second so that we have a good view of most of it. Hopefully that'll be the screen cap. Alright, so that's it for the night. Cool. Thanks everybody for showing up. If you enjoy watching and you like the content, hit like and subscribe. Now this is twisted. Yep. Hit like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to know when we're doing this again. Good night. God bless. Much love.
Peace.